It's no longer just farmers, hunters, beekeepers or miners. The largest labour union in the country is joining the strike. We are going into these protests full on. This is such a historic day, it must be said. The two solidarities will now act together. On the 6th of March, farmers and workers' unions will join to protest in Warsaw on the day the Sejm is to deliberate. This time the protest is to take a much tougher form. Agricultural machinery is set to enter the capital, but that's not all. It won't end on the 6th of March. The closer we get to the European parliamentary elections, the more willing politicians will be to sit down for talks and throw this plague, which is the Green Deal, deep into the trash. Prime Minister Donald Tusk will meet leaders of protesting agricultural unions tomorrow. We will talk about possible grain subsidies and other initiatives to sell Polish grain as soon as possible. Farmers stress that subsidies will not solve the problem in the long run, as the most important decisions are still to be made in the European Union. Law and Justice proposes, among other things, to halt the Green Deal. On the 15th of September, we imposed an embargo on European grain, and now we are just demanding a continuation of this embargo.
Domagamy się kontynuacji tego właśnie embarga.
The Star March, which passed through the streets of Warsaw yesterday, brought together trade unions from all over the country. However, in talks with the Speaker of the Sejm and the head of the Prime Minister's office, no specifics were given. Concrete measures that farmers are waiting for. Law and Justice MPs went to have a look at what the government is doing. They held an MP intervention at the Ministry of Agriculture. They wanted to see documents on negotiations with the Ukrainian side on the uncontrolled flow of agricultural products into Poland. They did not expect such a course of events. First, we were received by two deputy ministers who deluded us into thinking that we would receive information within half an hour. And finally, we heard that it was classified. According to the head of the ministry, the decision to classify the documents is appropriate for a number of reasons. What are they? That's what we couldn't find out from anyone. This asks the question: if the ministry believes the documents should be secret, why did it give them secrecy mode only during the parliamentary intervention? And this is not the only question in this case. There is one primary question. Is Minister Siekierski misleading the farmers about supposed negotiations he's having, since there is no documentation available regarding these negotiations? Farmers say that the condition for abandoning the protests is the realisation of two key demands: the suspension of uncontrolled import of goods from Ukraine and throwing the Green Deal into the trash. They add that no subsidies from the government and the union will cause farmers to abandon the general strike. Łukasz Smuda, TV Republika.